really care kung makakapagsilbi ka sa bayan as a public servant, as an elected official. Yun eh. Kasi 'di ba, bottom line dito is kung mananalo ka, doon ka makakapagsilbi. Hindi yung pure ka, meron ka moral victory pero talo ka. So sino ang nakinabang dun sa ano na yon, sa strategy na yon? Yung pride mo lang yon, 'di ba? That makes you selfish and prideful, 'di ba? It's your ego. You're just feeding your ego. Tapos when they talk about convictions and principles, teka muna. Sino ba yung tumitindig sa mga Duterte? I don't see anybody beside me or behind me, 'di ba? Ano ba 'yon? Kumbaga kung titindig ka, din might as well fight that fight, no? Hindi yung ano lang. Anyway, sabi ko hindi na lang ganon. Ang sinasabi ko na difference, why can Lenny be able to work with Duterte, the worst president in the history of the universe. Pero
Solar
itong
system.
solar system, pero itong si Senator Kiko, si Senator Bam, hindi pwedeng ma-adapt sa slate ng administration. Bakit somebody like Gordon, who was also an instrument ng Dutertes, ng oppression ng Dutertes, inadapt ni VP Lenny dun sa slate niya, and nobody raised or nobody canceled VP Lenny for that. Why can she do these things pero hindi pwedeng magawa ng Senator Kiko and Bam? Kaya yung sinasabi ko na hypocrisy or uh, misplaced sense of righteousness, no? Yun yung problema ko dito sa purist na to. Hindi nila makita yung strategic value of an elected Senator Kiko or a losing uh, Kiko Pangilinan na candidacy. So sa kanila mas okay lang na matalo si Senator Kiko kaysa manalo. Yun ang problema natin.
Senator, just to be clear, what are you proposing? A guest candidate or talagang fulsome member of that 12 slate of the administration? What are we looking at here?
Yun ang sinasabi ko. The starting point there is agreeing to negotiate. Ano ba yung kaya at hindi kaya? Kung guest candidate, bakit sina Mig Subiri, Joel Villanueva,
Binay, Escudero.
oh,
Yeah.
nakasama sa slate pero hindi mo naman nakita sa campaign, 'di ba? Alam mo 'yon, bakit hindi nila nakikita yung similarity doon, no? Tinanggap nila ito tapos ito hindi nyo matatanggap. If it will help Senator Kiko and Senator Bam win the 2025 elections, why are they depriving them of that? 'Di ba? Guest candidate lang, hindi naman sila aakyat sa entablado. Pero grabe,
Hindi naman
grabe.
nila i-endorse yung mga questionable parts of the BBM administration, whether it's the Maharlika Fund, the PhilHealth Fund issue. It's really a tactical alliance, if I can put it that way, a kind of a temporary tactical alliance, kind of like Unity.
Hindi, ganito nga eh. Kaya nga ni-raise ko yung comparison with the slate of VP Lenny noong 2022. Meron bang napag-agrihan with Senator Mig Subiri, Senator Joel Villanueva when they were adopted sa slate? Wala. Wala naman eh. Meron ba silang sinuportahan na advocacy? Wala naman eh. Yun yung ano doon, yun yung issue doon. Kaso nga, alam nyo, nagiging ano na eh, masyadong, kaya nga purist na lang yung term ko. It's supposed to be a positive term, pero they feel insulted by that. Ano? Pero yun, sabi ko,
But Senator, you're saying hindi lang purist, you're saying selective din in a sense that at some point when Duterte was in power, there were people who were saying you should stay in the cabinet, you should work with what you got. And what you're saying is that, well, that's also what I'm arguing right now. Work with what is out there. You cannot change the world by denying what's there. You work with what you got. And at the same time, you stick to some of the red lines while navigating this. That's politics, basically.
Ako I agree. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, no, when VP Lenny accepted yung pagdadrug czar kay Duterte, this was, I think, middle to latter part of the term of Duterte, na exposed na siya as the most ruthless, talagang the worst president na nga. Bakit tinanggap nila yan? Ako tinanggap ko yan kasi sige, kumaga, do what you need to do. Pero itong mga purists, they accepted that. They didn't see anything wrong with that. She collaborated with, she worked under Duterte. And okay lang yun. Tapos ito, she has a lot to say kung gagawing guest candidate si Kiko. Hindi ka naman tatakbo. Sinasabotahe mo yung so-called allies mo. And that's not a good thing. That's bad leadership. Ako hindi nga ako tatakbo ng Senado, but I'm trying to help some of the candidates out by getting them as guest candidates at the very least nitong administration. So, bakit gano'n? Parang ako ngayon yung demonyo, ako ngayon yung walang prinsipyo. Sabi ko, wag niyo ako gaganyanin at mahaba yung listahan ko dyan. Baka magkwentahan tayo.
Medyo mahirap yan. Has it been that bad? I didn't notice it. Sorry, hindi ko nakita, Senator. Has the backlash been bad from, what I call the Never Marcos camp within the opposition? Medyo, ano ba?
Hindi naman, ito kasing purists, may sila meron silang cancel culture, no? And ako, tanggap ko yan. But I won't be dictated by their types kasi all this time, we work on the mission, national interest mission. Hindi yung kung anong mga self-righteous na drama dyan. For example, ganito, nung pandemic, I was telling yung OVP, nila VP Lenny that time, na bakit hindi kayo naglalagay ng pangalan ni VP Lenny dun sa mga binibigay niyong mga relief goods para malaman ng mga tao kung kanino sila magpapasalamat, kung kanino nanggaling. At the same time, para din maklear mo dun sa mga nagbigay sa'yo. Hindi daw Sabi kasi ng mga purists, daw yun, EPAL. Sabi ko, what's that? Sabi ko, lahat ng, even yung mga UN World Food Program may label doon sa mga binibigay nila Yung Roman Catholic Charities, meron label. What are they talking about? Kumbaga, sila yung because of their self-righteousness, ginagapos nila yung kandidato nilang gustong manalo. Ito namang kandidato, nakikinig naman doon. Yun ang problema. That's why nung campaign ng 2022, people were asking, wala naman natulong yan sa amin dito. Kahit na grabe na ang tulong ni VP Lenny at that time sa iba't ibang mga nasalanta. Kaso nga wala ang pangalan yung mga relief goods na binigay nila. Di hindi ngayon nalaman. Hindi ba yan? Hindi ba it's bordering stupidity nga Hindi lang di ba? They missed it. They missed that opportunity. Ngayon nung campaign nagsasabing, "Hindi, tumulong kami ng ganito." Hindi nila malalaman 'yun. Kasi dahil dun sa drama na EPAL, tinanggal niyo yung pangalan. So whose fault is
Well, I mean,
that?
to be fair to them, I think Epal naman talaga you put your name and all of them. But what you're arguing is that that's how things work. So if you want to, if you cannot take the heat of the kitchen, then don't get into it. Essentially, yun yung point nyo.
No. Ganito, if you want to serve the country as president, then you have to win. 'Di ba? And one of the tactics in winning is malaman ng mga constituente mo kung ano yung nagawa mo. 'Di ba? Part yun, you need to report to the public it is ano nga, it's your duty to report to the public ano yung nagawa mo. Hindi ka charity or anonymous o na parang philanthropist na nagbibigay ka lang na anonymous. Hindi. Public servant ka. You need to inform the public what you have done, ano, what you're doing. Hindi epal yun. Kaya nga yun ang sinasabi ko dito sa mga purists, ginagapos niyo yung mga kandidato. Sabi ko, anybody, any candidate who's foolish enough to follow these purists na wala namang alam sa sa situation on the
Ground
ground,
realities, yeah.
thing, oh, wala, matatalo. Puro moral victories lang sila. They'll comport themselves with that idea that they stuck to their principles. What principles are you talking about? Hindi nga kayo kung gusto mo talaga ng prinsipyo, magsilbi ka. How can you serve? You have to win. Yun yun.
Um, I have more questions about the importance of some of these senatorial candidates from the opposition joining the slate. But just my general stance kasi here, Senator Trillanes, is that yan ang naging problema eh. Hindi pinag-aralan what went wrong. Bakit sunod-sunod na elections the opposition did so bad? Bakit, actually, speaking of canceled culture, parang yung opposition pa yung na-cancel ng majority of voters based on the numbers we see, based on everything. I mean, we saw the Octa survey, for instance, saying only 4 to 6% of Filipinos are with the liberal genuine opposition. 45%, 44% are totally apolitical or non-partisan. And then 30 versus 20 yung BBM versus loyalist. So you have a huge swaths of Filipinos who have just switched off because they don't see any viable alternative, and then the rest are loyalists versus DDS. So you have a huge potential there. Pero ang basa ko kasi, dahil walang postmortem eh. Hindi pinag-aralan talaga ano yung mali eh. So in a way, what you're doing, in a way, what I'm doing in this conversation we're having is, we're trying to analyze what went wrong and what are the adjustments that have to be made. And parang nangyari dito is shut down itong debate na ito. And it's a reversion to the mean, which is, it's about purism. Except you're also, I think, I kind of agree with you. You cannot make the purists play the purist game, and at the same time, at some point you were arguing you have to work within the Duterte administration, which by all measures is the worst we have had in recent memory. Because I think we have to spell this out. BBM is not an ideal president. I'm Ilocano, but I have disagreements with what BBM represents in terms of the whole Maharlika, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not blind to the reality that BBM is not at the same level as Duterte as far as threat to our constitutional democracy and our national integrity is concerned. I think we have to spell that out, no, Senator Trillanes? That Duterte is a whole different order of magnitude from BBM.
Yun na nga. That's the problem, Richard, of the purists. Hindi nila maswallow yung pride nila enough to give credit to where credit is due. Kailangan nilang inuance yung Marcos Sr. and Marcos Jr. Ano ba yung Marcos Jr.? Is it the same? Is he the same as the father? Kailangan nilang lunukin yon. Na tipong right now, wala tayong problema ng EJK, wala yung press suppression of the press, persecution of the political opposition. The very same issues, the very same principles we were fighting for noong panahon ni Duterte, we already have it now. Pero yung mga purists would refuse to acknowledge that kasi ang hirap iswallow yung pride eh. Ngayon, ito, no, you are talking about post-mortem. Whose fault is that? Hindi ba kay Lenny? Hindi ba siya yung leader? Hindi ba dapat siya yung nag-post-mortem? Siya yung nagpatawag, okay, where did we get what the wrong things na ginawa natin or we missed or ano ba'y tama? Siya dapat yon. She didn't do that. Nag-global travel siya, then that's it. Na-scatter in the winds yung organization. Ngayon, ang problema kasi dito, they've been treating VP Lenny as a saint na hindi mo pwedeng i-hold accountable for anything. Parang lahat ng gagawin niya ay tama. Wala siyang gagawing mali. Well, hindi pwede sa amin yan. Kasi where we came from, we give premium sa leadership. Objectively, we will have to make you accountable. Dito ang kakulangan ni VP Lenny. Yes, I agree. Nung 2022 elections, She was the best candidate around. That's why we stuck it out with her. We fought for her till the end. But at the end of the day, the people make their judgment. And if we are truly democratic, loving people, as we claim, then we will have to accept the verdict of the people. Yun na yun. Ngayon, post-mortem tayo. Saan ba tayo nagkamali? Hindi kaya nagkamali tayo dun sa pa-cute approach, yung reluctant reluctant candidate drama. Hindi ba yon? Kaya nga kita mo, si VP Lenny, when she is running for mayor, she decided in June. Imagine mo yan? Pero when she was running for president, she decided in what? Late September, early
Oh,
October.
she learned her lesson, maybe. Maybe there is
Ha?
a post-mortem after all.
No, bakit pero may nag ano ba doon? May inaccept niya, sinabi ba niya 'yon na ganito na she should start early? Hindi. Walang ginagawang mali. Alam mo, ito no, we're being candid about these things. Yung mga purists pumuputok na yun sa tenga kasi yung aming santo ay inaano mo, parang blasphemous yung ginagawa mo. Well, wake up. Kasi kung ganyan yung gagawin nyo, i-baby nyo na, sige lang, you do what you need to do. Hindi kayo mananalo, di ba, sa 2028. Kasi yun ang, at the end of the day, yun ang important mission that we need to win in 2028. Yun.
I know this medyo uminit to, but don't worry guys, mas mainit yan pagdating sa mga Duterte. Pag-usapan natin sila. But I think we just have to be honest about this kasi matagal natin pinag-usapan sa kanila. Of course, I want to take also responsibility because I've been contributing to this discussion and I think that's the reason why yun medyo on the same wavelength tayo. You know, we may have some disagreements perhaps on tactics and messaging and all. But I think yun din yung problema na pinabayaan yung mga ibang kababayan natin to just wallow in that, oh, it's all disinformation, it's all election cheating. That's not gonna help. If you're just gonna get into this denialist paradigm, never mag-grow. I mean, of course, there's election cheating. Of course, there's disinformation. But to say yun na lang ang dahilan sa lahat, it's intellectually disingenuous. But worse, it's politically suicidal, I would say. It's really not helpful. And I think that's why may mga nasasaktan kasi ang direction ng sinasabi natin dito is pointing at tactical mistakes, operational mistakes, strategic mistakes even.
Yes. And yun nga, di ba? How can you win the next round if you won't acknowledge these mistakes? Di ba? Ang isang ano dito is yung lack of relationship sa mga LGUs. Yon, that was a strategic mistake. Si VP Lenny, given her position as the vice president, she had that opportunity to build those relationships sa LGUs. Hindi, dinisregard because of that reluctant na politician mindset na because ganun yung gusto ng mga purists na hindi ka ambitious, hindi ka nag-ano. Hindi. Bottom line ha dito dapat, do you want to serve the country as president or not? If the answer is yes, then you have to work for it. 'Di ba? You have to plan for it. Ganun 'yon. Huwag na tayong magpa-cute. Kasi bumenta na yan, natalo na yan. Hindi na nga 'di ba? Nag-flop na sa takilya. Ako, alam mo, ano ako doon sa ganung drama, but the purists will always kumbaga hype that na tipo, ito, reluctant ano. No, that's baloney. I've seen these people up close. And there's no such thing. Even the reluctant candidate approach is a strategy. Pero ang problema nun, ano siya?
It's not the most original. We saw this with Corazon Aquino. But in fairness to Corazon Aquino, she fought back when
It's
they were
genuine.
and coup d'etats against her, palaban siya. Yun nga, I think there are also some titas and titos of Manila who are insisting on an strategy that is 30 years past its sell-by date. Diba? I mean, yes, it gets you 10, 15 million votes, but it doesn't get you the 20, 30 million votes that you may need in an era of Duterte, Marcos. I mean, yun nga, I think because for a long time, it kind of worked because there was not this formidable alternative, illiberal, authoritarian alternative, people could get away with it. But I think now, I think people have to realize you have to innovate. You have to step up to the game. Hindi pwede iPhone 1 ka pa rin. Talo ka ng Xiaomi
Yeah.
ngayon. Talo ka ng Oppo ngayon, di ba? I mean, yeah, iPhone ka, pero iPhone
Yeah.
1 ka lang. Hindi ka nag-upgrade. So, for me, it's also that innovation, strategic innovation.
Yes. And ito pa yan, Richard. Hindi na pwede yung ganong drama kay VP Lenny. Kasi nga tumakbo na siya ng Vice President eh. Come on, don't tell me hindi mo na consider na that you should be a presidential candidate. Hindi eh. Hindi ka na pwedeng maging reluctant candidate pag vice president ka. Yun yung hindi ko maintindihan eh. Bakit mo ini-straight jacket yung sarili mo? Alam mo, looking back, 'di ba? Kung si VP Lenny plan for it, hindi niya ni-rule out kaagad yung pagtakbo ng presidency in 2022. Kung nagtrabaho siya, alam mo, napakasipag niya. Grabe yung ano niya, ano yung charisma niya on the ground. Kung ginamit niya yun, nag-build siya ng relationships, na-strengthen niya yung makinarya niya, mga civil society, lahat-lahat. By 2022, ano na yon. Tapos kung hindi siya nakikinig dito sa mga purists na huwag ilagay yung pangalan. Alam mo, hindi epal yon. Sabi ko nga, okay, objectively, let's discuss that. Is there anything morally or legally wrong sa paglagay mo ng pangalan doon? 'Di ba? Para lang alam nila kung saan sila magpapasalamat. Wala eh. It's not even morally wrong. Pero yung purists will label it as something evil. Of course not. So ngayon, dinipride nyo si Lenny of being known all over the country kasi ang dami niya natulungan. Pero hindi nyo pinalagay yung pangalan eh. Pinahina nyo yung kalaban nyo. So yun ang sinasabi ko. Pag nagpapasulsul ka doon sa mga purists, mga self-righteous, hindi ka mananalo. Kasi dadaling ka nila doon sa isang lugar that ano ka lang, parang na straight jacket. Yun. Yun pa yun.
Right.
Isang,
I mean, I think there should be strategic clarity, but tactical openness. No, I mean,
yeah.
obviously, no to corruption, no to
Yeah.
questionable pork barrels, no to getting
Oo.
money from drug lords and narco politicians,
Yan.
and oligarchs. Yun, red line yun. But
Yun ang principles.
yun ang
Oo.
principles. But these are
Oo.
secondary tactical issues, and I think what we're saying is that nakakamaling ibang tao because they're mistaking tactics for strategy. The strategy
Yun.
should be clean, accountable governance. On tactics, you have to be innovative and realistic. So I think that's where we're seeing a lot of problems, no?
Yes, yes. And alam mo, maganda yan. Ano? Kasi tama ka. Some of these purists are mistaking these tactics as principles. Bili mo, sasabihin lang, pagka kunyari, kumanta ka sa stage, wala ka, trapo ka, kailangan, huwag ka kakanta, ganito. So, paano? How can you, it's about winning the hearts and minds of the people. 'Di ba? Tapos, once you win, you practice good governance. Yun naman yun. Huwag ka magnakaw, you deliver the services to the people, di ba? Yun yung bottom line. But you won't even get there kasi ginagapos ka na eh. Na pati kung paano ka mangampanya eh, ang daming do's and don'ts. So, yun ang problema. Pero
Yeah.
sa akin, bottom line dito, I've dealt with the purist type. There is no winning over them. They actually believe that they know everything at parang ano sila, parang master strategists or tacticians, and yet they won't even attempt to run for any public office. Yun yung problema dito.
Well, gladly, I don't think Riza Hontiveros of this world are beholden or enthralled by these kinds of people. So I think, we can make a lot of arguments.
Yun.
But I'm cautiously optimistic kasi mukhang feeling ko sidelined na yung mga yan eh. But yeah, they tried to cancel also me early on when I said it's not just disinformation. Kasi kung isasabihin mo disinformation lang, actually ininsulto mo lang yung mga voters. You're essentially saying all the voters cannot, diba? I mean, that's very elitist. That's very bad. Very, very bad. Of course, disinformation is a problem, but you're ignoring 10 other factors that may be more important.
Alam mo, yung pagiging high and mighty ng ganon mindset, yun talaga, no? And this, ironic, it's ironic that these same people actually propped up Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. They hated Joseph Estrada so much kahit siya yung binoto ng overwhelming number of Filipinos. Kaso hindi yun pumapasok doon sa kanilang elitista nature eh. Kaya prinap up nila si Gloria and look at what happened dito. Tapos nung ando doon di yan na ngayon. And ito you made the comparison. It's unfortunate that si BP Lenny listens to the purist type, and it's fortunate that si Senator Risa doesn't really listen to them. Meron siyang strong moral compass at meron siyang set of principles, pero sa tactics on the ground, alam nila yung galawan sa ground yun.
Yeah, I mean, being an activist and and journalist, I think
Yeah.
that exposes you to realities on the ground that perhaps some people living in gated communities would never know about. But let's transition out of this. I didn't expect us to get into trouble again big time. But Sonny, just last question on this. I mean, I remember this quote dun sa last episode ng Shogun, with victory, everything is possible, right? At the end of the day, you have to win first. So that you can change things for the better. So I completely agree with you and the level of principle there. Now, gaano kamahalaga for some of these opposition senatorial candidates to have some sort of guest candidate or tactical coordination with the machinery of the state? Let's just be honest. I mean, the biggest power of any administration in midterms in the Philippines is the machinery of the state. And the biggest weakness of the opposition at this point in time is precisely the lack of that. Now, how do you reconcile how do you proceed again, Sonny, without compromising your first principles? So I completely am with you on tactical innovation, but there should be some sort of red lines nevertheless. No, so realistically, what is the best way? I mean, let's say one of the two senator candidates you mentioned, how can they have the tactical alliance without coming off as balimbing, without coming off as completely opportunistic?
Okay, alam mo ba yung pag-adapt kina Mig Subiri, kina Joel Villanueva, and the
Si Joel,
others?
tatlo ba? Tatlong.
Oh,
Si Joel, tatlo yata or apat na campaign.
wala namang negotiations yun. In-inform lang sila na, yeah, isasama ka namin. Ganun lang. Wala kang principles dito na parang sinasanla mo, parang apostasy, no? Itong mga purists, sabi ko parang nag-convert to being atheist from a Christian. Parang ganun, hindi eh. I-inform ka lang naman na, sasama ka dyan. That's it. Ganun yun. That's how they did it kila Migs. Wala namang pirmahan dyan na parang may covenant that you have to support this and that. Nothing.
Tapos
Kaya
bumaligtad
sabi
pa si
ko,
Migs. Tapos
oh,
bumaligtad pa
di
siya
ba?
sa tulad.
Bakit ino-over-intellectualize eh? Kaya yun ang problema. Nauna na, cancel ka namin, gaganunin ka na. Di, paano yun? It's unfortunate that this purist type, sila yung maiingay, no? Kasi, ano nga, mga self-righteous nga eh. So, na-imagine ko, their ears must be, must be burning, at this.
Actually, may debate ngayon as we speak. May mga nag-agree sa atin, may mga medyo na, So I
Oo,
can
pero
see it live. Oh.
pagka na-marginalize natin itong mga purists na to, our candidates will now be free. Ang importante, hold on to those principles na pag nanalo ka, hindi ka magnanakaw, magse-serve ka sa taong bayan, hindi ka mo isasalay national interest, etc. Yun ang principles. 'Di ba? Hindi ka pwedeng sumayaw o kumanta sa stage o hindi ka pwede magsulat ng pangalan mo sa relief goods. Yung tactics na yun, hindi ano yun, no? So anyway, itong yung importance na sinasabi mo of being there. Ito based on experience, and yung 'di ba nagpo-polling kami. Pagka admin candidate ka, you can get as an additional 5 to 10% after the elections. Kunyari, ang last survey mo is, let's say, a week before the elections, meron kang bump na 5 to 10% because kakargahin ka ng makinarya. If you're not part of the administration slate, mababawasan ka ng 5 to 10%. Yun ang reality. If may kagaya ni Senator Risa, she based doon sa survey namin, she got as high as number 8. Nagkaroon siya ng buffer and she ended up number 11. Yun. Yan ang reality. Uh, so napaka-importante nito for Senators Kiko and Bam. No? I'm not ruling out any chances kay Attorney Chel Jokno, but to be honest, talagang mahirap mag-squeeze in
Yeah,
dito
I think
sa
with Shell would be much difficult because the human rights aspect and all of that. But so what you're saying, this is the difference between making it and not making it at all.
mm, yeah, serving the people and not serving the people. Yun. Yung sa purist, iba yung priority nila eh. Kahit hindi ka manalo, basta they feel good about themselves.
You made a point.
Pero
I mean,
hindi, I'll continue to drive it eh. Kasi alam mo, we're in this mess because of, partly because of them. Bakit nawala yung uh, nangyari noong 1986? Because in-straight jacket nila pati si Cory, pati sila Pinoy eventually. Tapos nung naupo they didn't accept si FBR from the military kahit na nakikita nila na ang ganda ng performance. Alam mo yon, they can't even bring themselves to praise or give credit to FBR at that time. Nung nanalo naman si ERAP, talagang naasiwa sila. They needed to do something kasi parang they felt that they couldn't take being represented by somebody like by ERAP. So pinasok nila ngayon itong kauri nila na si
Gloria. Yeah.
GMA. Oh, na on paper PhD, may political pedigree, ano siya, a woman politician na talagang very smart. O, in the end, nangyari, diba? Big mistake. O, si Pinoy, ang ganda nung nangyari. Pero si Pinoy, he couldn't care less about the purists eh. He just did what he needed to do. Kaya ang ganda eh. Hindi siya nagpasakil eh. So doon lang. O ngayon, nung kay Duterte na, o to ngayon tayo, di ba? Na-shock sila. Everybody were quiet, was quiet nung time na yon, di ba? O tapos ito ngayon si Lenny, sayang, ginapos nila eh. Magaling sana. Kumbaga, lahat as a symbol, she was able to capture the imagination of the middle class. Pero nagpadikta siya doon sa mga purists eh. Kaya ganon. And I think Senator Risa, if there's one lesson to be learned dito, wag makinig si Senator Risa sa mga purists.
Yeah, I think that's one of the optimistic points so far. Now, I noticed with Risa in her interventions abroad and all, she doesn't go back to yung mga talking points na, oh, it's all disinformation. It's, it's
Yeah.
no, you're not gonna get anywhere if you're just gonna be in a denialist mode. I'm not saying it's not a factor, but it's not like propaganda was invented by Cambridge Analytica. Or so I think there's a problem with certain voices are overly amplified, and another of a lot of other reasonable voices who actually know what's happening on the ground or study it carefully are sidelined or even canceled. Let's talk about you. Yes, please go ahead.
Just on that point. Yung tungkol dun sa disinformation. Again, babalik yan kay VP Lenny. Okay, may issue ka sa disinformation. The question is, what did you do about it? Alam mo, during that time, sinasabi ko sa kanila,